Bernie Dernheim here, back with part 3 of the first class in this course, Foundations in Art, Ethics and Biology. We hope you enjoy this class and look out for part 4 coming very soon. All right, we need to play some clips now. I've been ranting a little bit longer than I thought I would be, but we do need to hear from some of our elders within this community. And the first person I want to bring up is, of course, RZA of Wu-tang fame. For those of you who don't know, RZA is a producer, a rapper, a screenwriter, an actor, a director, and an elder and wise person within the hip-hop community. So let's go straight to a clip from RZA. This, of course, is related to that section of practicing the art. RZA has some great insights for how we might practice that art. And so, yeah, take it away, RZA.
I think when you have built trust, you know what I mean, and you have honor and respect from a group of men, then there comes a point when I use the term Noah. Like, so Noah was the best Noah. He knew it was going to be a storm. Right. So he told everybody, look, and those who listened, they got on that ark and they made it to safety. You know what I mean? So at the point in time of me and my community, I was like that Noah. Mm-hmm. You know, I had never crossed anybody. I was faithful to my word. You know, you can lend me your video game cartridge and get it back. Remember back in those days, somebody will lend you something.
Yeah, like, man. Yeah, didn't ask you want to borrow it. Like, yeah, that's mine.
So I was, you know, my honor, trust, and vision was pure.
Of course, it is necessary for all witch doctors to aspire to the level of knowing that RZA is describing here, and to the level of trust, honor, and respect that he is producing, I guess, through the way he is in the world. This is something that we all must do as witch doctors. We all must project that honor, that trust, that respect, that vision, that purity of vision. These are elements that are central to the art of witch doctoring, and of course are also very useful in the art of music making, as RZA will go on to describe in a moment.
You can lend me your video game cartridge and get it back. Remember back in those days, somebody will lend you something.
Yeah, like, man. Yeah, didn't ask you want to borrow it. Like, yeah, that's mine.
So I was, you know, my honor, trust, and vision was pure. And, you know, the brothers, you know, because we all alphas. That's one thing about Wu-Tang, is a bunch of alpha men.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, damn, is that you would think that would be hard to, like, man, we gonna all get together.
But the idea that, you know, at the time, you know, when I decided that, you know, I wasn't Prince Rakeem anymore, because that was the name I was going by, that I'm the RZA, I'm the Abbot. And I'm about to zig us to the promised land. Brothers believed in that, you know what I mean? They put that trust in that.
So it's worth remembering that the name Wu-Tang came from the film Shaolin and Wu-Tang.
The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous.
RZA sampled heavily from kung fu movies. RZA also sampled the ethical underpinning of the group from these movies. Everything that he's saying there about trust, honor, respect, and being true to your word is straight from kung fu movies. It's straight from the ethical underpinning of our heroes within those movies.
The film that also helped cement our brotherhood was the 8 Diagram Pole Fight, because here's a movie about brothers.
This is what made RZA's sampling so powerful, is that many of the aspects that allowed the Wu-Tang Clan to bond together as a group came from this deep sampling of kung fu movies, and provided that group with the ethical framework for the Wu-Tang Brotherhood. So this is really important. But there's also something important that RZA said right towards the end of that clip. Let's just go back and play it again for you all.
You know, at the time, you know, when I decided that, you know, I wasn't Prince Rakeem anymore, because that was the name I was going by, that I'm the RZA, I'm the Abbot. And I'm about to zig us to the promised land. Brothers believed in that, you know what I mean? They put that trust in that.
So the point here is a really important one. And it goes to this whole thing of why, as rappers, maybe as witch doctors as well, we may wish to invent an alter ego. And that is, it allows us to step into another version of ourselves, perhaps a better version of ourselves. And within that new persona, we are able to do things that we wouldn't have been able to do in our everyday persona. So that's why RZA goes from Prince Rakeem, as he was known, and he becomes the RZA, the Abbot, so that he could transform the world of music with this group of guys who have sampled from the culture of kung fu movies in order to become a brotherhood that is bound together by their lyrical abilities and take the music world by storm. So we can sometimes, by becoming someone else, do powerful things in the world. Let's hear from RZA again.
When I decided that, I wasn't Prince Rakeem anymore, because that was the name I was going by, that I'm the RZA, I'm the Abbot.
So let's just dwell on this for a moment, on the subject of creating a persona. It's a bit like the way that Superman invents Clark Kent, because he wants to create a better version of himself, right? I mean, Superman is like an egomaniac with a savior complex, and Clark Kent is a much nicer dude, right? So clearly that in that case, Superman is using that aspect of the alter ego in order to create a better version of himself. It's also why I have an alter ego in the MC space. My name is MC Lens Microphone Cleanser, which, by the way, is a service that I provide to equipment hire companies. Hit me up in the comments if you want me to deliver that service for you. I will cleanse your microphones. They will be thoroughly cleansed. MC Lens Microphone Cleanser. Now, I mean, I don't always live up to the standards of MC Lens Microphone Cleanser, but being able to step into that persona makes me, Bernie Dernheim, a better person. All right, let's go to the final bit of this RZA lesson for you all.
Brothers believed in that, you know what I mean? They put that trust in that, and they gave me their word, right? And the most important thing I would say for any young brothers out there who's going through it, if you give someone the word, like, you got to stick by it. You can't break it, because it takes time for that word to develop. In the beginning, it says in the Bible was the word, and the word becomes flesh, but it takes time. And so I estimated it to take about 5 years from the day that those brothers all gave me their word. And I promised that if we go on the trajectory of which I'm foreseeing, that in 5 years we're going to be number one. And in 5 years, the number one album in the country was Wu-Tang Forever.
And this is, of course, why RZA is an elder and wise person within the hip-hop community. He has excellent advice there for young rappers and witch doctors alike, that when you give someone your word, you must follow through on that word, and you must make long-term commitments in order to achieve your goals. This is what allowed RZA to project the 5-year time frame for the rise of the Wu-Tang Clan, right? And it's what allows us to create change within this world, is by making that commitment to one another and acting as a collective in our fight and struggles for justice of all kinds. All right, so lessons from RZA, and it kind of comes to this question of how 9 people can have a global impact in the way the Wu-Tang Clan have done. And of course, RZA nails it right there. He tells us exactly what's going on in terms of those issues, and it comes back to the fact that he has sampled this ethic from those kung fu movies, this ethic of trust, honor, respect, sticking by your word. This is the way that we change the world, right? By forming small groups of people with a shared vision, we become responsible to one another. We follow through on our word with the actions, and the fruits of our commitment to one another often do take time to develop, as RZA is saying. So we must realize that when we enter into these commitments and when we form these groups, that our commitment to one another will take time to come to fruition in terms of changes in the world. But with these ethics, with this understanding, there's no doubt that change will come. Okay, let's let's jump on to what's going on here. I mean, this is exactly what we're doing here at the Soundside Academy, at the Inner West Union of Anarcho-Syndicalist Witch Doctors. We are putting into practice this ethic of forming a small group. There we have 6 members, as I mentioned previously, all of whom are teachers and students here at the Soundside Academy. We have formed this small group. We've made commitments to one another in terms of how we go about developing the course, which is, of course, our core activity at the Soundside Academy, is the course that I am now delivering to you in an online form. But, of course, we generally do that in a face-to-face way. That is our core activity, delivering that course, and we make commitments to one another in order to ensure that that course is delivered. We follow through on those commitments. That is the ethic, as RZA has described, that we are putting into practice at the Inner West Union of Anarcho-Syndicalist Witch Doctors. I suggest that if you are an anarcho-syndicalist witch doctor, that you form your own branch in your local area. It really is about connecting to your local area. That's what us anarcho-syndicalist witch doctors do, just as I was describing about our connections to the bats of the Cooks River here in the inner west of Sydney. That's how we do it. That's how you should do it. You should form your own union. We would be glad to be affiliated with any other anarcho-syndicalist witch doctor unions that might form. So please hit us up, contact us if you're in the business of forming such a union.